but I will confirm that. And if that's true, my gosh, bro, I think gaming in 2025 is very sweet. Okay, shout out to Swatch and Omega. Whoa, sorry, shout out to Swatch and Omega and my wife for buying me this. But I thought about it, I was like, if this is the entry level, because that's how I look at it, because I'm a consumer, I'm not a part of, but if I would love to be a part of Omega or Swatch, but because I really think you could do what's the next level to this? Maybe a metal cased quartz version is all I'm saying. So I think that would be the next step up. I think that would be cool, you know, if you kept it under $1,000. And well, here's my only complaint. These are very sharp edges around here. And I would love to see all the strap options moved over to, as well as, I think the Omega Swatch collab should also be at Omega, like at the Omega boutique. That's just my opinion, because I think you're trying to capture people and get them to be like, wow, this is really sweet, you know, have it on the wrist for a little bit. You know, that's my mindset is, you know, I'm interested in the watch. So why not try like a $300 option, you know, a knockoff, if you will, which I don't think it's a knockoff, but I'm just using the words. So you can test it out. I think that's smart. Perfect example in the firearm industry is when you buy a airsoft replica, I guess is lack of a better word, and then you use that to manipulate and learn skills, handling skills. And I think this is very similar to that. So shout out to Omega and Swatch for understanding that and putting it to the market. I think if Rolex did that, imagine if Rolex came out with the Submariner and a Swatch collab, and you could get a Submariner for a quartz Submariner. No, if they're like, well, who's that for? Well, what if I want to get a cool watch for my son? I'm like, you know what? I envision you graduate from high school, the metaphorical high school, whatever the equivalent is, you know, because maybe public schools are changing. I don't know. Like, you know, it's a new year. So thank you to anyone who's like, this guy is a beautiful human being. I say, you know what? You're a beautiful human being as well. Thank you for sharing this planet with me. That's what I like to tell people. I say, look.
It's my turn.
It's his turn. Now he's going to put something on. Shout out to this, the Soul Resonance for the background chill vibe beats. Now, sometimes you just need peaceful, calm to get it out, to get your ideas out. I say, look, I'm just sending a shout out to the people who like watches, people who like electronics and being able to use things and have computer and video games and cool, fun gadgets. And I love taking things apart. So this fills that void. You know, I used to do that with motorcycles and cars, but that gets really expensive. So now I'm like, well, you know, watches, it's a cool hobby. You know, like when you really think about it, I used to, you know, mess with cars and motorcycles. But if you think about it, buying just a nice Rolex and then taking it apart and servicing it yourself, that's a cool hobby. So shout out to the people who do that. My gosh, I was like, you know, that's what sells me on Rolex. The fact that like an individual, like I don't think I'm competent like in everything, but I have a little bit of knowledge in most fields. And if I don't, I know my boundaries. And so I kind of hold back. So what I'm saying is, you know, I've taken apart firearms, and I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I feel like there's a lot of overlay and just attention to detail when you're taking apart like springs. And so that's what I would start with, you know, and I would take it slow. Like right now I'm researching like build kits for like just the tools, because, you know, like it's something I'm interested in. And I watched someone take apart this watch, and I was like, you know, you could have done that really differently and preserved like the case and stuff. And that's what I want to do. So my first step would be to put a see-through case back on this watch, and I would take it in steps, and then maybe create the same case for my watch in a different material is what I would tell Omega. Is, you know, I'm just like slowly taking what you created and making it slightly better, like I do with, I hope in my mind, I do with everything. So thank you. I went over on my time, but Omega, you made it. Swatch, you nailed it. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.